Parshat Shmini. Assembling and building the Mishkan was a communal event, and it was consecrated over 8 days. On the 8th day of the celebration, the apex of the joyful expression of the Jewish people, tragedy struck Aaron's family. His 2 sons, Nadav and Avihu, were killed when they brought an unauthorized service to the altar. The Midrash and many exegetes explain their motivation in bringing a self-initiated service. Some say they wanted to lead the people and were impatient. They asked themselves, when did Moshe and Aaron die? Others say that their sin was that they never married, either because they thought they were as great as Moshe, or because they thought no women were good enough for them. While other commentaries point out that the sin was that they were drunk. Maybe they didn't ask for guidance, as some point out. They were capricious. But looking closely at the text, we can deduce a more tangible and observable reason for their painful outcome. The Torah tells us that each of Aaron's sons took his own pan and brought a foreign fire to the ceremony, one that was not commanded. Each one offered his own individualized expression of appreciation, and although they brought them together, their offering was distinct from the communal celebration. Their individual expressions negated their role as representatives of the community. As Kohanim, their role was to be agents of the people, not stand apart from them. No doubt their intentions were pure, but as religious leaders, their actions were antithetical to their responsibility to those whom they were serving. Reb Shamshon RKYHS explains that their spiritual motivation was corrupted by their pursuit of self-gratification, and thus they forfeited their right to be religious leaders and met their demise. Rabbi Hirsch's poignant lesson is instructive for religious leaders and members of the community. There are times when people need to step up, be distinct, and take leadership. But there are times when our responsibility is to be mindful of our community, be dedicated to its well-being and deferential to its needs. Rav Kook, the first chief rabbi of Palestine, would sometimes sign his letters using the phrase, servant to his people and his land. His selfless and noble devotion to his people was about service, not about glory or gain. As we enter the second marathon of self-isolation and the joy of Passover is behind us, we need to double down on our commitment to the health and vibrancy of our community by being part of it, abiding by the rules and recognizing that our humility is what we most need during this time. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.